You're going to have a little baggie with dice, and you have different types of compounds in here. So the purple and the yellow, the orange, you're going to use this little page this is on page 27 of your INB notebook. And this is going to help you always with the naming. So if you follow these steps, you'll never go wrong, okay? So look at the first element that when we tossed the dice, we got an iron with a +2. So your first question is going to be, is this a metal or is it a non-metal? It's a metal. Very good. So now, is it a group A metal or is it a group B? Remember on your periodic table, the parts that are up, that is your group A. And the transitional, that's your group B. Okay? So it is a group B. So now, look at your group B. What do you need to do to group B? Roman numerals. So that Roman numeral comes right off of the charge. That's a little dark. It says +2 in there. Okay? So Fe, what's my name for Fe? Iron. So iron is going to go here. And that charge is my Roman numeral. So if I have a +2, it's going to be a Roman numeral 2. We see that? Now CO3 is off of your ion chart. That's on page 23 of your notebook. What's my name for CO3 -2? Carbonate. Very good. So it's going to be iron 2 carbonate. And that's my name. We see that?
Yes.
Okay, now, which one of these is my cation? The Fe, yep, the iron metal. What's my anion? The carbonate. Very good. Now, if I were you, I would toss the dice and get these 2 rows done first, and then go do the naming and the crisscrossing, okay? All right, so since I have a +2 and a -2, am I going to cancel, reduce, or crisscross?
Cancel.
They're going to cancel. Very good. So +2 and a -2 are going to cancel out. So my chemical formula is FeCO3. Now remember that 3 never moves. Okay, and that's going to be your chemical formula. It's going to be on this side. Okay, we see that? Now you see how this little chart is helping you? It's telling you what to do based off the very first element that you have. Okay, we got it? Yes? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Mija, unplug.
Nothing.
You're going to do nothing. All right? All right, so on the next part, the next 5, you're going to roll the red and the blue dice. So you're going to look, remember the someone in last period told me, ma'am, how do I know which one goes on the left, which one goes on the right? Your cation goes on the left, your anion goes on the right, always, okay? So BA, is that a metal? That's one of your first objectives. You need to figure out if it's going to be a metal or if it's going to be a non-metal. So what is it?
Group A metal.
It's a group A metal. So what does group A say, right? So a group A metal, you do nothing, you just name it. What's my name for BA?
Beryllium.
Mm-hmm. So it's barium. And what's my name for O? Oxide. Very good. Okay. So my cation is what?
Oxide.
Remember, it's your positive. So it's barium. It's the Ba with a +2. My anion is what? The oxide, the O with a -2. Now, am I going to cancel, reduce, or crisscross?
Cancel.
I'm going to cancel because it's a +2 and a -2, right? So what's my chemical formula? BaO. And that's it. We see that? Yes? Okay. Let's go to, now the next 5 is going to be the purple dice with the blue. And this right here, I know it's hard to see. It says Fe with a +2. And this is N with a -3. So, what's my first element? Is it a metal or a non-metal?
Metal.
It's a metal. And is it a group A or is it a group B? It's a group B. So what are we going to use with group B metals? You're going to use what? Roman numerals. So Fe is what?
Iron 2.
Iron. And it's going to be 2. Now, someone asked me last period, ma'am, is the Roman numeral always 2? No, it's not. If I had a +3, then it would be iron Roman numeral 3, right? Okay?
You have 10, 4.
Okay, so now nitrogen, how am I going to write that? Because it's my last element. How am I going to write that?
Nitride.
Nitride, because that IDE ending goes with your binary compound, right? That's what we did on Monday. That IDE. Okay, so now am I going to cancel, reduce, crisscross? What am I going to do? I'm going to crisscross. That's going to be over here. Fe 3 N 2. Why don't I need a parenthesis?
Because there's no polyatomic
Because it's just an element, right? So I don't need the parentheses. All right, so let's do one that does need parentheses, like this one. Okay, Ba, is it a metal or a non-metal? It's a metal. Is it a group A or a group B? It's A. So we just name it, right? Barium. And what's PO4?
Phosphate.
Phosphate. Very good. Okay, that's my name. Because it's a group A, we just name it. Now, this has my cation is a +2. My anion is a -3. So are we going to cancel, reduce, or crisscross? We're going to crisscross. So what's going to be my chemical formula?
Ba3 parentheses PO4.
The PO4 is in parentheses. Very good. And the 2 on the outside. Okay, is that better? Yes. Especially after yesterday's puzzle? Yes? Okay, and that's because PO4 is a compound. All right? Yes?
Do we reduce when the cation is greater than the anion?
No, you're going to reduce if you can actually have a common denominator. So like let's say I had PB with a +4. And let's say I had sulfate with a -2. Can I reduce there?
Yeah.
2 can divide into 2 and we have 1. And 4 can divide by 2 and we'll have 2, right? So let's write my chemical formula over here. What's going to be my chemical formula now?
PB parentheses SO4 parentheses 2.
There we go. So we see now if it allows you to reduce, you must reduce. If not, it'll be wrong. That's a great question. Okay? So like if you have a +6 and a -3, then you can reduce. Right? Okay? That's a good question. Anybody else with another question? Are we sure? Are we positive? Okay. Now, someone asked me, ma'am, are we not doing covalent bonds today? No. On the dice, you don't have any. But also, there was a question, how come I don't write a prefix on those other ones? Like chlorine's a nonmetal, so why doesn't it have a prefix? Remember that to have a prefix on any of them, the first element must be a nonmetal. Like nitrogen, that's a nonmetal, right? So this is how you can do tri-nitrogen. And then what's my prefix for 4?
Tetroxide.
Yep, tetroxide. Okay? But you see how you can't use prefixes for this one unless the first element is a nonmetal. That's the only time. It must be a covalent bond to have prefixes. Okay? Yes, are we all good? Okay. I would do the spinning of the dice and getting the first 2 columns, your cations, your anions first, just to make sure you have enough time. And then go back and do the naming and the crisscrossing. Yes, we see that? All right. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the YouTube channel so you can